You think you've seen it all from Princess Leonor? Think again. The future Queen of Spain just did something no one expected. Not her parents, not the royal watchers, not even her most loyal fans. And this time, it's personal. For years, Spain has watched Leonor grow from a shy princess into a poised young woman ready to inherit the crown. Every move she makes is scrutinized. Every smile analyzed. Every word replayed across screens. But what she did this time goes beyond royal duties. It reveals the real woman behind the title. It all began quietly. No cameras. No palace announcement. Just Leonor, away from protocol, following her heart. At first, no one noticed. But when the truth surfaced, the reaction was immediate: shock, admiration, and disbelief all at once. Because what she did challenges everything the Spanish monarchy stands for. To understand why this moment matters, we have to go back. Back to her childhood in Zarzuela Palace. Leonor, the daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, was never an ordinary child. Even in her earliest public appearances, she carried a calm confidence far beyond her years. Her parents raised her with the weight of history on her shoulders, Spain's first queen regnant in centuries. Every lesson, every appearance, was preparation for destiny. But what no one saw coming was how Leonor would interpret that destiny. She wasn't content to be just a symbol. She wanted to redefine what it means to rule. Over the past year, subtle hints showed she was changing, speaking out more confidently, making solo appearances, and connecting directly with citizens. Yet this latest act was different. It wasn't about duty. It was about choice. Reports first emerged from Zaragoza, where Leonor continues her military training. Witnesses said she was seen speaking to a group of young cadets after hours. But what she told them stunned everyone. Leonor had organized a private initiative, without palace approval, to support children of fallen soldiers. She personally wrote letters to families, visited them quietly, and even donated part of her own allowance to fund educational scholarships. The palace didn't announce it. There was no press release. It was meant to stay private. But when one of the mothers shared her story online, the truth spread like wildfire. Spain was speechless. This wasn't a rehearsed royal gesture, it was an act of compassion that broke tradition. And then came the twist. When asked about it, Leonor didn't deny it. She simply said, "If I am to serve Spain, I must begin with those who've sacrificed most for it." Simple words, powerful meaning. The comment sent shockwaves through the nation. For the first time, she wasn't following a script written by palace advisors. She was speaking from the heart. Inside the royal family, reactions were mixed. King Felipe, ever the diplomat, was said to be proud but cautious. He knows the fine balance between emotion and duty. Queen Letizia, however, reportedly wept when she heard. Her daughter's act reminded her of why she joined the royal family in the first place, to bring humanity to the crown. Behind palace doors, discussions began. Should this act be made official? Should the foundation she started be endorsed publicly? Or should it remain her private gesture? Leonor, sources say, stood firm. She didn't want titles or attention. She wanted results. That firmness, the quiet determination, reminded many of her great-grandmother, Queen Sofia, whose legacy was built not on power, but on purpose. But that wasn't all. As journalists dug deeper, another layer of the story emerged. Leonor's letters to the families weren't just signed with her royal title, they were handwritten, with personal messages that mentioned the names of their loved ones. Each one written in her neat, careful script. No staff, no assistants, just her. One mother shared her letter, saying, "I didn't receive a message from a princess. I received a message from a daughter who understood my pain." Those words struck Spain deeply. Suddenly, Leonor wasn't just the future queen. She was the heart of a new generation of royalty, empathetic, genuine, and fearless. Social media exploded. Fans flooded timelines with praise. "This is the queen Spain needs," one comment read. Others noted how her humility contrasted sharply with the image of cold, distant monarchy. And perhaps that's exactly why Leonor did it. She's rewriting the rules, leading with emotion, not authority. But the story doesn't end there. Days later, Leonor made an unannounced visit to a local orphanage in Madrid. No photographers, no official notice. She spent hours there, playing, listening, sharing meals. One volunteer later revealed she even insisted on helping clean up afterward. She told us she wanted to understand life outside the palace, the volunteer said. When asked why she was doing this now, Leonor reportedly replied, "Because when I wear the crown, I want to know who I'm wearing it for." That line, heartfelt and raw, echoed across Spain. It wasn't a slogan. It was her truth. Analysts are calling this Leonor's quiet revolution. Not through rebellion, but through empathy. Not by breaking the system, but by humanizing it. She's proving that monarchy and modernity can coexist, if guided by conscience. And yet, some royal traditionalists aren't comfortable. They argue that Leonor's actions blur the line between monarchy and activism. But the younger generation disagrees. To them, she represents hope, a royal who listens, who acts, who feels. Within the palace, insiders say King Felipe and Queen Letizia are now rethinking how the royal family engages with the public. Leonor's sincerity has reignited faith in an institution that many thought was losing touch. As the world watches, Leonor continues to walk her path, graceful, grounded, and determined. Every step she takes draws Spain closer to a future defined not by protocol, but by purpose. In a world obsessed with power, she's choosing compassion. In a dynasty defined by duty, she's leading with heart. And maybe, just maybe, that's what true royalty looks like. Because sometimes, the most unbelievable thing a princess can do, is simply to be real.